Bueno. Hablamos de los números. Los números está aquí. Hola, chicos de aprendizaje a distancia. Pues, vamos a practicar la pronunciación. Practicamos la pronunciación. Pues, repitan, por favor. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. ¡Ay, caramba! 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Muy bien. Pues, chicos, por favor, toman 30 segundos. 30 segundos. Do you hear what that means? Nod your heads if you understand 30 segundos. Un minuto, 30 segundos. Is that a little more clear? 30 segundos. Piensan. What patterns do you see in these numbers, in the number words? Just think for 30 seconds. You don't have to say anything quite yet. What patterns do you see? Por favor, chicos. Tornate. Turn to somebody not too far away from you and talk about what patterns you see. Maybe you saw a pattern that didn't occur to that person. Maybe you're a group of 3. That's okay too. Un minuto. 3, 2, 1, ya. Habla. Gracias. The sound in here changed. That tells me you're done. What patterns did you see? Is anyone brave enough to share? See, wait a minute. Caden?
All the 20s start with a V.
Muy bien. Caden said all the 20s start with a V. That's true. Who else? C. There is Lily. No? Lily. Good. Lily said they all have the same prefix, whether they're 10s, like DAC, or 20s, 20. I'm repeating what you said so the kids in the distance learning mode can hear what you said, because the mic won't pick them up from your voices. Anybody else? See, Ethan.
Like an exception.
What's the exception? 10 is the exception?
Like 10 through 19, because it doesn't always start with DAC.
Good point. 10 through 19 doesn't always start with DAC. It's only 16 through 19 that start with DAC. Do you see any pattern in 11 through 15? Did anyone notice a pattern there? C. Eric Jackson, no?
All end with C or say.
Exactly. Jackson said they all end with C or say. Once, dos, tres, catorce, quince. Do you see any other patterns? How about dos, doce, 22? There's kind of a pattern happening there, right? Tres, trece, 23. They're kind of similar. C.
Like, if you know the first 10 or 9 numbers, I then you just have to figure out what the like 30, 40, and 50 are. What the actual numbers are.
Brillante, Brady, excelente. He said if you know the first 10 numbers, this board is really sensitive, so if I even brush it gently, it moves. If you know the first 10 numbers, then all you have to really memorize after that is like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, excelente. The same is true in English, right, guys? Numbers are all about patterns. So just like in English, in Spanish, if you know the numbers 1 through 10, and the numbers, all the tens, like 10, 20, 30, 40, and all the hundreds even, you don't even need to memorize the hundreds, right? 100, 200, 300, 400, you just need the word 100 and the numbers 1 to 10. So it's numbers, there's a lot of numbers, there's an infinite amount of numbers, but it all follows a pattern, so you don't really have a ton to memorize. That's the good news. Pues, vamos a practicar. Practicamos el escuchar. Ojo, before we start, actually, I wanted to talk about quince. Quince means 15. Quince, quince. It's kind of a tough one to pronounce because to us English speakers, it sounds like quince. It looks like it should be quince. If it helps you, you can add the phonetic pronunciation. That means how it sounds to remind yourself of how to say it. Quince. Quince is how you'd say it out loud. Quince. Quince. Catorce. Trece. Doce. Once. Looks like once upon a time, but it's 2 syllables. On, say. Está bien? If that helps you, you can add that to your notes so you remember how to pronounce them. Do you know of any other words that start with a Q and have to do with the number 5 or 15? Rose? Rose said quinceañera. What's a quinceañera? See, a 15th birthday party is called a quinceañera.
My brother's 15th birthday today.
Ooh.
Or 16th, I mean.
Oh, that's different. But that's still exciting. Hopefully you get to eat cake in honor of your brother. Do you know what 5 babies born at once would be called? Twins, triplets,
Quintuplets.
quintuplets. Exactly right. Quintuplets are 5 babies born at once. Quintuplets. So that has to do with 5, and it starts with quin. How about 5 violinists playing together as a group? It's not a quartet. That would be 4.
Quintet.
A quintet. Excelente. A quintet is 5 violinists playing at once. So probably in Latin, which is the language that Spanish is based on and a language that English pulls a lot of words from, what did quin probably mean in Latin? 5, right? Bueno. So it seems kind of out of the pattern. Cinco, quince, veinticinco. This doesn't really go with those other 2. But there is a reason for it. Bueno. Vamos a practicar. Por favor, chicos, don't move yet. When I say go, levántense. Toman una pizarra. Aquí. ¿Dónde está? Toman un marcador. Necesitan un marcador. Y también un borrador. Es para borrar. Para borrar. ¿Está bien? Try to be socially distanced. Ready, set, go. Ven acá. Aquí está. Hola, estudiantes a distancia. You're going to do this activity too, but you should take out un lápiz y un papel. Ustedes pueden escribir en un lápiz y un papel. ¿Bien? Sí. Excelente. Perfecto. Muchas gracias. Bueno. Chicos, if you need to refer to your notes at first, that's fine, but hopefully the more we do, the easier it gets. And when you're ready, guarden los apuntes. Do you remember guarden? Put away. Guarden los apuntes and see if you can do it without your notes. Los números son muy importantes. Es muy importante entender, saber, comprender los números en español. El primer número es 6. Escribe 6, por favor. 6. Es así. 6. ¿Tienes? You don't have to spell anything, just write it down. Write the número. Necesito un color diferente. Vamos a ver. I don't know if that's much better, but we'll see. Por favor, chicos, escriban el número 10. 10. Y muéstramelo. 10. Muy bien. Escriban, por favor, el número 20. 20. 20. Super. Y la próxima es el número 17. 17. Bien. Bien. No. Sí. 17. 17. 17. Escribe, por favor, el número 27. 27. 27. Sí, 27. 27. Escribe, por favor, el número 30. 30. 30. Bien, excelente. 30. 30. Escribe, por favor, el número 13. 13. 13. Sí. Muy bien. 13. 13. Escribe, por favor, el número 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. Escribe, por favor. Escribe el número 11. 11. 11. 11. Perfecto. Escribe el número 0. 0. 0. 0. Escribe el número 29. 29. 29. Bien. No, I can't read that one. 29. 29. 29. Bien. Escribe el número 18. 18. Bien. Bien. 18. 18. 18. Escribe el número 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. Es así. 15. Escribe el número. This will probably. Do you want to do this more, or are you feeling like it's getting easier? Did you put your notes away? You want to do some more of this? Okay, we'll do, I don't know, 5, 10 more. We'll see. Vamos a ver. 16. 16. I think so. 16, ¿sí? Mm-mm. 16, 16, 16. Escribe, por favor, el número 22. 22. 22. 22, sí. 22. 22. 22. Escribe, por favor, el número 13. Escribe el número 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. Es así. 13. Escribe el número 3. 3. It's easy to get trace and trace mixed up. Escribe el número 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. 30. Suena como el contador en Sesame Street. 1, 2, 3. ¿Miraron ustedes Calle Sésamo, Sesame Street? Bueno. 23. 23. Escribe 23, por favor. Bien, bien, bien. Bien, bien, bien. 23. 23. Do you want to do more or is this good enough? ¿Está bien? Bueno. ¿Está bien? Espero que sí. Adiós.